It's Ram. Oh man. It's Ram's room. Like this my room, you're living my life. In my head, you're 5, I see you. Sussex, I see you. The Biddy, I see you. A cup full of Bacardi, middle finger up, stumbling out the party. Pardon me, shades pitch black, I can't see. Word slurred, you can barely understand me. Ramsey, the motherfucking goblin. Everywhere I go is loyal niggas right beside me. Going full speed, I don't see no one behind me. Purple color Sprite got me feeling like a zombie. All I want is brain, all I want is brain. I ain't tryna bull up, so keep the number in the names. Let's live life, no numbers get exchanged. I'm just tryna cool out like the summer when it rains. This conversation turn to complications real fast. I don't wanna be loved, but we can still smash. I ain't say that in a long time, saying young dumb shit, but thinking with a grown mind. I'll be deep down in the trap like I'm in a gold mine. Take money to heaven, fuck it, I'm blowing mine. Dear Lord, help me. I'm just playing with these cards that you dealt me. Tell my mama it's been years since she held me. Screaming fuck the world, nothing nobody can tell me. Feeling like y'all gon' see rest in peace Ram soon. Bottle full of LQ trapped in Ram's room. I smoke and drink till I'm throwing up, but the pain's still there when I sober up. Think I know it all, but no, I don't know enough. Help me realize I still gotta do some growing up. Money over bitches, but loyalty over all that. And if I ain't a real nigga, what you call that? Tell my girl stop arguing, say you love me. If one of these niggas push me, I won't answer when you call back. It's Ram, 120% real. I ain't slept in years and you don't know how this shit feel. Biddy taught me to be the killer or get killed. Can't believe shit, but always remember shit real. Damn, real nigga shit. Just listen, this is real as real niggas get. I watch my enemies and the niggas I'm living with. Same nigga gave you 5, turn around and gave you 10. No sleep, no days off. All work, no play, but it pays off. I'm just trying to put my hood and my name on, and never take my 3D shades off. Vampire life, sleep when God make me. They rushing me to meet him, so I keep it off safety. Damn, I wish somebody could save me, cause these streets got a nigga going crazy. Yeah, they got a nigga going crazy. I think I'm addicted to drinking liquor and getting high with my niggas till the boys run down. Nanny, Sprite, and codeine have niggas on slow lane from sun up to sundown. But shit is all good. We be on Sussex, yeah, we be on Sussex. Bitches come through, yeah, man, we be on Sussex. I be just ballin', no into my season. Living my life to the day that I'm leaving. I need you right now. Are you down to kick it with me? Too many drinks have been given to me. Fuck the police, they was prison on me. I talk to myself late at night, I'm insane. If I go to jail, man, I won't say no names. Been like this for years, don't expect me to change. I got the Biddy pumping through my veins. All of my bros, they got locked in the cage. All my thoughts mixed up. I've been talking crazy, girl, I'm lucky that you picked up. Lucky that you stayed on. I need someone to put these shades on. See the world through my eyes. Yeah. To see the world through my eyes. Through my eyes. Yeah. It's Ram's room. See the world through my eyes. Yeah. I said, fake niggas equal bad business. Everything that happens, just know the cash did it. Good women, bad bitches. Only handful of women, but it's mad bitches. Shout out to the women with their own car. Just type in Ram's room on your own star. Come fuck with me, baby. And if you do, we gon' get in some trouble. Yeah, I do it. And if you do, we gon' get in some trouble. I do it. Trouble. It's Ram's room, nigga. It's my room. Biddy. Sussex, the waves, I see you, nigga. Some trouble. Free my bros, man. Free them niggas, man. Love y'all niggas. Really love y'all niggas. Proud bro. Yeah. Rage, I see you. Pop, I see you. Gotti, body. Menace, I see you. Ruger, SBLB. It's Ram fucking G, man. It's Ram. I do it. Yeah, I do it.